Hello everybody. So this is ReMeter all over again. Now there is a bit of upgrade we just did concerning ReMeter, and due to popular demand, a number of people want to be able to shut down an apartment, for example, when the unit preset on the ReMeter reaches zero. What we had before is your emitter is always counting up, so you monitor the units that the person who is using it has used and decide on when they have overused or how much they are paying. But with this new upgrade, if a particular person has paid for electricity token of a value of say 5,000 naira, if their 5,000 naira is for example say 100 units, I can come to ReMeter and actually program that 100 units on the ReMeter. So once that is done, the meter is going to be counting down instead, and once the unit they have used hits zero, they will be get disconnected from usage. So now what we have here is such a setup, and the additional component that makes that possible is actually this relay. Now this particular relay is just 5 amp. It's just used for demonstration purpose, so depending on the load capacity of every customer, some people may have 10 amp, some people may have 50 amp, 100 amp, so the size of the relay will be using will be different, but the same wiring and the same setup applies. So as far as the ReMeter is concerned, the major difference you'll notice now is we have a cable coming out on the right hand side as against having cables going in only on the left hand side. So the one coming out on the right hand side is what we use to automate the relay to isolate the customer when they have exhausted their preset unit. So here is my AC coming in, so as usual my AC goes in and powers the ReMeter up. Now I have the load wire, which is supposed to be the load the cable that supply that apartment. I'm representing those with this blue and this brown cable. Now in order for me to be able to gauge how much power that individual in that apartment is using, so we make sure the cable that feeds the apartment as usual passes through this current transformer. So in addition to that, we just take the output of the ReMeter that controls the relay, connect that to this terminal on the relay, and then finally my output from the relay goes to the load. So this bulb is representing the load in the apartment. So currently the system is telling me I have 0 units, which is why this bulb is powered down. So let's say now this fellow has paid, assuming they paid for just 1 unit. So I come to the ReMeter and press this button at the top of it. Now note that initially we use this button to reset the meter back to 0 in some version of ReMeter. Now if you want to pre-program, if you want to preset your ReMeter to certain units, press the same button, and as it is counting, wait until it counts to something about 15 and then release it. Now you see I've released it when it counts to something around 15, then I now start pressing one by one. So like this, it counts to 15, I release, then I start pressing one by one. So you see every time I press now, it's just counting the unit up, up, up. So I can hold it if I want it to count faster. So depending on how much unit that person has paid for, I preset it there for them, then stop. So after about 5 seconds I've stopped, the lightning will come up, they get powered. Now once they get powered, their unit will now start counting down. So the first thing you would observe now is where we used to have units before, which is this, is now saying 5.9B, meaning 5.9 balance. Of course we just programmed the 6 units onto this meter. So the moment that 6 units start getting consumed, of course it starts dropping gradually, and the moment this hits 0, they get disconnected and they can't use electricity again until we give them another amount of units they can start consuming from. So this is what the setup looks like. Now I'd actually recommend that whomever is going to install this setup, they need to be more more conversant with automation a little bit, because this is a bit different from the usual way we ask electricians to install it. Because one, you need to be able to identify the terminal of the relay.